The samurai, Japan's most iconic warriors, legendary for their skill, discipline, and unwavering code of honor. But where did these legendary fighters come from? How did they rise from humble beginnings to become the rulers of a nation? And what legacy did they leave behind? To find the answers, we must journey back in time, into the heart of feudal Japan. Our story begins over 1,000 years ago, during Japan's Heian period. The central government was weak and powerful. Wealthy landowners and local clans grew restless. In a land plagued by conflict and instability, these clans needed protection for their land and their people. So, they began to hire skilled fighters, men who were masters of the bow and the sword, to act as their private security. These warriors were known as samurai, a word that originally meant those who serve. From a young age, the sons of these warriors were trained in the arts of war. They learned horsemanship, archery, and swordsmanship, but their training went far beyond combat. They were taught discipline, self-control, and above all, absolute loyalty to their lord. It was this unique combination of martial prowess and unshakable devotion that set them apart. At the very core of the samurai identity was a strict moral code known as Bushido, or the way of the warrior. This was an unwritten set of laws but a philosophy that guided every aspect of a samurai's life. Bushido emphasized virtues like courage in the face of death, respect for one's superiors and enemies, and a profound sense of duty. Loyalty to one's lord, or daimyo, was the highest virtue, and a samurai was expected to defend their lord's honor even at the cost of their own life. This code demanded that a samurai live with integrity and die with honor. Bushido also encouraged a harmony with nature and an appreciation for the arts, creating warriors who were both fierce and refined. This philosophy became so ingrained in the culture that its principles of respect, discipline, and perseverance still influence Japanese identity today. For centuries, Japan was torn apart by constant warfare between rival clans, each vying for power. This era, known as the Sengoku period or the Age of Warring States, saw the samurai rise to prominence. Their skill in battle was the deciding factor in countless conflicts. This all came to a head in the late 12th century, when one powerful clan leader, Minamoto Yoritomo, emerged victorious from the Genpei War. In 1192, he was granted the title of Shogun, or Supreme Military Commander. This was a turning point in Japanese history. The emperor was reduced to a symbolic, spiritual figurehead, while the real political and military power fell into the hands of the shogun. This military government, known as the Shogunate, would rule Japan for nearly 700 years. The samurai were no longer just hired guards. They had become the ruling military class, the undisputed masters of the nation. So what was daily life like for these elite warriors? It wasn't all epic battles and dramatic duels. In times of peace, a samurai's life was one of discipline, service, and continuous self-improvement. While they spent hours honing their skills in archery and swordsmanship, they were also expected to be cultured and educated. Many samurai were scholars who studied literature, history, and military strategy. They practiced calligraphy, composed poetry, and participated in the traditional tea ceremony, finding beauty and tranquility in simple acts. When not training or studying, they served as administrators, managing their lord's lands and governing the people. Life was structured and followed a strict routine, reinforcing the discipline that was so central to their identity as warriors. They were a class of warrior scholars, embodying a balance of martial strength and intellectual refinement. But like all great eras, the age of the samurai had to come to an end. By the mid-19th century, Japan was facing immense pressure from Western powers to open its borders to trade. The country embarked on a rapid period of modernization known as the Meiji Restoration. The feudal system was dismantled, and a modern, centralized government was formed, modeled after Western nations. A new national army was created, equipped with firearms and modern tactics, making the samurai's traditional way of fighting obsolete. In 1876, the samurai class was officially abolished. They were stripped of their privileges, including the right to wear their two swords in public, the very symbol of their status. The age of the warrior had ended. Though the samurai as a class disappeared, their spirit never truly died. They left behind more than just castles and battle stories. They left a deep and lasting philosophy. The ideals of Bushido honor, discipline, loyalty, and perseverance became woven into the fabric of Japanese society. These values can still be seen today in Japanese business, education, and martial arts. The samurai may be gone, but their legacy lives on. A timeless story of honor and service that continues to shape Japan and fascinate the world. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey into feudal Japan. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe for more stories from history. We'll see you in the next one.